Mulaba from Lunchi was Zotiam Guano Guanke. Buket de Lunchi, are you good? Are you fine? Are you fantastic? Mukama koze bulungi. Sakachabyo na wango chali mulamu akoleddala bulungi. Kubanga kwawadde omukisa okutereeza ebijjaso by'ejjo oba okukola betakoze ejjo oba olyawo bintu bitambule nga wobyagala nga wobibala kubanga woba okyali mulamu okyasobola okukola byonna. Kulikayo nnyo mu previous shows ate webale nnyo okuba nti okyekuumidde ku channel Uganda ng'olindiridde programu ya Me and You nange omuweereza wo Jovet birungi nange mpanziza akaseera kano okuba nga twongerezaako ku ddoboozi okuba nga tuwetera topics ez'enjawulo. And today is a beautiful Wednesday. Tubeera mu counseling, tubeera mu life coaching, marriage and relationship talks, kwegamba tuba tukigusa bwe tutyo olunaku olwa Wednesday. Tusobola okuba nga ebintu ebimu tubitegeera mu ngeri emu oba endala. Yes, olunaku olwaleero it is always about counseling, as I've told you. Era tufunye omukisa nate okuba nga tulina omugenyi waffe nate okuba nga atutwala mu topic empya nnyo nnyini ddala si mulala okuggyako Miss ESSY MUZZANGANDA. She is a life coach. Ayagala nnyo purpose and identity gwe olina okumanya ky'oli nekyobuluubirira okubeera. And she is also a teacher by profession. Atenga she is also an entrepreneur. Gwolina omukolo gwo, she will do you well. Gakolera ka juice akalungi, fruitato juice spring yenna nnyini yagiddukanya. So munoonyeko jakuba enamba ye oba olyawo you could benefit from all those three aspects zaalimu oyinza okubaako oba omwetaaga. Okay, agenda kwanga twala mu topic yaffe ennungi olunaku olwaleero, the price of becoming. Do you know omuwendo gw'okasula gw'okufuuka kyoyagala okubeera? Today is our beautiful topic, the price of becoming. Miss ESSY.
Yes, dear.
Sanyusa kulaba again.
Kale nangobeera wano February ono.
Tuli mu new month.
Happy month of love.
Banange akomadde nkedabidde, we are in the month of love. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you singing and searching you? Well, you are contented. Oh, God has blessed you in this month of love. Akati month of love nayo gitegeere ate omukwano gubeere mulungi ate otegeere ne papasi yo mu bulamu.
Yeah.
ESSY, today the purpose of becoming. What do you mean when you say the purpose?
The price.
The price. The price of becoming.
Mu sessions of ez'okwezuula. We've talked about self-awareness, be aware of yourself. What do you need to do byonna tubyogeddeko, because we now know at this point in our lives ti buli kye twagala okubeera, it is not a one-day achievement. Tino ogenda zukuka nga something has happened. Yeah, there is something you need to do. It's a transformational journey. It is not chikutte. No, it's not like that. There is something you're...
Oh God, sometimes so sorry for that a technical issue. Naye tukomyewo mu maanyi tukomyewo nakyo tusobolanga tusimbula nga tweyongerayo we tukomye because ffe tuliwo okuweereza ekyuma ky'omuzungu tekigenda tugaana kubanga tukuwa ky'olina okutegeera. You must understand the purpose of becoming, the price of becoming. You must become what you want to become, whether the machine is disturbing us a little bit, whether it is not. Tugenda mu maaso n'amaanyi. Okay, the price of becoming. Tupike olunaku olwaleero ate nga tuline omugenyi waffe ESSY Muzzanganda nga tutwala the price of becoming. You were telling us the meaning of the price of becoming. Yes.
Ekintu kyonna we've said tulina bye twagala okufuuka mu bulamu.
Yeah.
There is where we want to see our businesses. Era otandika business yo ngogamba njagala etuuke waneeno.
Yeah.
Nozimba rentals zo ngogamba njagala zivemu sente bwe bati. Njagala nzizimbe mu kifo bwe kiti. There is notandika essomero lyo ng'oyagala essomero libeeko werikola ki. Werituuka njagala ba visible njagala kola bwe bati. N'abagulawo social media handles nga yagala ebe visible wakawalabike. Eyo kiyinza okwa-attracting abantu ba clients. That is becoming. That transformation again, not just you grabbing buno bana nkituuseeko ntambudde olusozi kati ntuuse kiwedde. There is so many things waliwo ebintu bingi ebigenda nga bikyuka. That is the price. So you do not achieve or get something that is very valuable without paying something. Yeah. So there is something you're supposed to do on this journey of becoming who you want to be. You're gonna be a journalist. There is something you're going to do to be a journalist.
Yeah.
You want to become a doctor. There is something you're going to do. You want to become a good communicator. There is something you're going to do. When God said, I need to save the human race, he had to send his son. Maybe yandibadde asobola okusindika his angels, but he had to send his own son. Kubanga gwe muwendo gwali gwetaagibwa for us to be saved. So everything has something attached to it for you to be there. So before we wish, before we are like, me, I want to be this, we need to know that there is a bill to pay.
Yeah.
There is a price to this. There is something I need to do on this journey to get the other side of where I want to actually go, of where I want to see my business. Yeah.
Yes, I want to be a journalist. In my interview session, I've told me things can be easy if you do this. And I bend a lot to that. But become means that way.
Of course, you or become means, but ne cost josa sudde. Determining a bichi biogendo kweyongera ng'osasula. There is this. Webatunyumiza ebintu bya Katonda bobifuna n'ebintu bya Sitaani bobifuna. So they mentioned, I think, they were mentioning that ebintu bya Yesu, everything is clear. His promises are clear. Humble yourself, I'm going to do this. I mean, mpa sacrifice, this is what I'm going to do. Ebintu bya Sitaani, it is never clear.
Yeah.
Lero genda kumpa enkoko.
Tomorrow you don't know.
Encho nkusabe embuzi. The other day nkusabe ente. Bwendaba biweddeyo nkugambe kati mpa omwana. It's never clear until this is what specific. This is what you're going to give me. You do not know what else they're going to ask for. But God says, just be obedient. Just be this. So the cost differs, and what happens thereafter? Ngomaze okusasula kino ekyamangu. Oyinza okwetaaga to sustain that. Do not lie, because when you lie, when you make just one lie, for you to keep it, or you know kweyongezaako ne lies endala. So bongo bino banga bukola nnyo obuterabira nti mutandikwa wayogera lie no ku building kino omuntu asigale nga believing ekyo. Yeah, so you may as well go for that, but I'm telling you, you'll have to pay something. Tewali kijira obwekityo, but I beg or nsaba no longer the hard way. Yes, choose the hard way, because things are clear. they are clear. When kusaba enkoko kirabika chiri easy, but you do not know what else I'm going to ask for. Or kukipinga kumulimo because I might keep threatening you for you to keep this office, or kumpanye mbuzi. For you to keep this status, you'll have to keep doing this. Actually, you asked for this over wealth or whatever that is, go subire mirembe, but you end up threatened, got totally happy. Or you did it for one time, you thought, now I have gotten what I have, what I wanted. But then as time goes on, the demand still stays. I tell you, price ye yongera. Enkoko see 50,000, 30, 50 and below. Embuzi see years of sente. Ente see years of sente. Kati abantu abandi kwa desanyu na yone mba kusaba nti mpo omwana o, bampa mukyala o. You see that, eh? Chiba cheyongera. Oba it could be nti omulimu guno kugufuna, this is what you're supposed to do. Omanye byala byagenda okusaba ngosigaza position eyo. Oba abalala banajja. Because you're not going to be appealing all the time. So aba appealing abagenda kweyongera okujja, and they'll be looking at those people. Kati kitegeza gwejaba ovuddeko. How are you going to keep this? You see? You lose it, you'll get frustrated. I paid this price. But Bobo getting that whatever that opportunity is, the right way. Yeah. Nothing. A few things will threaten you. Maybe you'll need to go no upgrading kind of na masters because you got it to go China. Bachelors, laws and I need to go back of the masters. Okubeda medena competent for this job. But that is the hard way, and it is the right way. The hard way is always the right way. Yeah, it's always the right way.
It's always the right way, but my dear. Hey.
So that simple way is actually a lie. A lie. Etulimba netro the sante bintu bidi awo sobolo kuyita onacho just like that. And you never become, because we've talked about the power of process. The process is what makes things more valuable. We talked about Jesus coming, buno nafa naddayo. Tetwanditegedde nnyo okwagala kwe buzito bw'akwagala kwe gye tukola gye tuli kwandibadde buweewufumuuko. But the things someone will do because of the process, and you'll honor that. You honor your wife because you've seen them through the pregnancy journey. Are struggling so you honor that. You honor they've endured the 9 months, so you honor them. So whatever we are building, whatever we are becoming is something valuable that needs us to take the stairs rather than the elevator. See that? It's very valuable. We need to put in all our time, our resources, and to honor the process. The process pays. It does. It pays.
Can there be an option of not going into the price session, the pricing, the process?
Wabawo biofuna osobola okufuna ekichupuli. It's very possible okufuna ekichupuli kubanga omuwendo gwa emitwalo 5 ejaddala munene nnyo, muzito nnyo okusinga ogw'ekichupuli. So you'll get that, you'll get it, or yinza okufuna instant satisfaction. No sanyuka mao, but it's not going to last. It's not going to last kubanga just like winning, okay, those ozukse munjuyo no londa musente, if that is actually possible. You okujako chetagisa magezi manji gokozesa sente zo na nezivamu value kubanga sente zokoze mu manyigo zibako value. You know, I'm not going to just spend this money. Sigenda ita wisi bachinywi bange tugende tunywe. Sigenda kugaba bugabi sente zino, because I know for a fact ntuyanye okufuna sente zino. Kachoro kuba toyina kyosasude. In most cases, it is easy for you to spend that money recklessly mpaka bodda ku sente entuufu ze wakolerera. So you'll win maybe 200 or 100 million, naye you will go back to 500. Ze watuyanira kubaza omanyi amagezi go tegannakula kutuuka ku handlinga. You've not built the capacity to handle 100M. Oh, you see that?
It's built gradually,
but you do not know
how to handle it.
How to handle.
It's too much for you.
It's too much for you.
Okay.
David was anointed by God, but it took him years. Tana taking over the throne from Saul. Nenga Saul mkama yali yakolachi yamuvaako dda. Naye David had to go through the process. Okuteekebwateekebwa. No wonder he turns out as a great king. Kubanga he honored the process of becoming. Yagenda otuuka okubeera king. Nga he knows. Engato zino zenyimiriddemu zetaga patience, zetaga humility, zetaga kino, zetaga wisdom. Solomon still chobola basaba ebintu omuntu bye wandigambye. Omuntu wa bulijjo byatandisa bye singa Mukama akubuuza nkuwa ekyo oyinza ogamba mpa ssente, mpa fame, mpa good health. He asked for wisdom.
Because wisdom does everything.
Because he knew nti bino byonna mbidabye. Through the process I've seen that having ebyokuranyisa it's not enough. Having good friends is not enough. Having money is not enough. So he asked for wisdom. Wisdom okusobola discerning moments, okusobola spending money, okusobola okuleading eggwanga lya Israel. So it is the process that led him to that. Ebintu ebimu bye tusaba tubisaba lwakuba tetunayita mu process. Ne tusaba sente, ne tusaba emotoka. Kati olugira after a few years tugenda okuzulanga because you did not know tata we ttaka lino yalifuna atya. You do not know. Walitunda n'ogula boda nefa. Naye nga tolina na sente zisobola kutereeza ki boda. Kuba you did not pay the price.
You need to pay the price.
So also n'okulimba abantu by how you look. N'olimba abantu you're there already. You're skipping. But if people go to detailed discussions, they can tell that you're not yet there. You're not yet built. Yes, you're not yet built.
You missed steps.
There is something you're missing. I know for sure. Omuntu yandiyogeddeko ne Daudi back in the days yandikitegedde nti akyabulamu omuntu nga Mukama amuliko yandikitegedde nti akyabulamu. It is why God took him through that process before getting
a king.
Yes. So we are going to talk about the price. What do we need to do? Bintu ki bye tugenda okusanga, but then because we know the price we have to pay, we'll honor them. Na tumanyi nti we'll get there.
Before that, could that be the reason as to why these people who gamble, who do betting, newa funa million 5 olwaleero. Era bwe mpalanga lingange era bwe yabadde jjo.
Anti yazifunye ekisooka okujja. Someone was explaining to me about abantu abasinga bali mu middle income waneeno because we have those people abali wansi abali middle walone bali abali mu middle. Ebiseera ebisinga when we get money, the first thing we think about kuba be basinga actually kaneyozeeko ebizibu. Kati owangudde 5M, your mind will tell you need to cruise. Wetagayo chinene, wetagayo ka vacation, wetagayo kasuuti. Before you know it, you're left with 1M, and that is the money you're left to survive and to also invest. Million ennyo zimaze mu kweyozaako nnaku. Kati ekyo tekigenda koma. Buli kaseera wonofuna sente ojja kulowooza kweyozaako nnaku. Because to investing sente zigenda kuvaamu ezisobola okunazaako ennaku forever. Yes. So we train our minds mu ebyo bye tukola ne tutraining okufuna that instant feel of where we want to be, and in most cases we remain there. We are comfortable. This is something better, but it's not the best. It's just ordinary, and yet God has called us to honor us. At what to say, you want everyone to see that, and yet God has actually called you for greater.
Wow.
See that? I'll use an example of this Abraham. Mukama yamuyita n'asituka. That is what we do. Tusitukiramu ne tugamba tugende Mukama tuyise ne tu planning ne tukola biki ne tumala bikola. We set our foot. That is a move of faith. Oyimose ovudde woli, you're going to another
position.
Place. Jotamani, that is what Abraham does. Na assembly together. That was a move of faith. Vawane wali abanabo, vawane wali ebwagabo, mpaka monsi jendi kulaga. Who would leave their place? Nagenda Mukama jali mulaga jata ina yo chapa.
Tamina jalaga, of course.
That's a move of faith.
Wow.
We plan, we get excited for the future. I mean, we do what we're supposed to do. But then when we reach there, we've talked about that. Nalimba Pharaoh, nalimbo no bono Uganda ange. Bamalo limba Mukama amuwa bulabo bwe yamuwange wa Abimeleki. Namuwa kubabuli we bamanyanga nti muchala si Muganda wo. Kabamuwa bulabo kati nga Abraham abera comfortable mfunyo bulabo. Yet God was calling him okumulaga nti osobola bajaja wensi yonna. You see?
Wow, kindly kwatira mukatono we go for a short commercial break. Ate tukomeo tuyongere tova.
Mu kitabo kya Jeremiah essula ey'10 olunyiri olw'omukaaga Bayibuli egamba tewali afaanananga gwe ayi Mukama gwe mukulu n'erinnya lyo kulu mu buyinza bwo. Njagala okutegeeza nti wano ku Hope Channel Uganda ku ssaawa 6 ez'emisana ne ku ssaawa 2 ez'ekiro omusumba Kulumba Godfrey agenda kutuusaako obubaka obuva ku ntebe y'okusaasira okumala weeks 2 mu gospelale wano ku Hope Channel wokka. Kyenva nkwegayira muganda wange mwannyinaze tosuba bubaka obwo obujjudde essuubi n'okubulirwa kwa Mukama okuva ku ntebe ye y'okusaasira.
The Gospel Rally on Hope Channel is brought to you by
Katikamu SDA Secondary School.
Uganda Union Mission. President Samuel Kajoba.
Sabbiiti nga 28 Februari 2026
lwe tugenda okusabira n'okutuuza Ssaabalabirizi w'ekkanisa ya Seventh Adventist mu Uganda omujja omusumba Samuel Kajoba. Okusaba okukulu kwakubeera ku kkanisa yaffe ey'aba Seventh Day e Najjanankumbi. Ow'Oluganda tukusaba otwegatteko mu kusaba kuno nga tusabira Ssaabalabirizi waffe omujja omusumba Samuel Kajoba ng'osinzireyo mu kkanisa yo. Teweerabira
ku Sabbiiti nga 28 Februari 2026.
Mukama akuwa omukisa.
Welcome back. Thank you for choosing us all the time. Thank you for choosing Hope Channel Uganda. Indeed you should, because this is your own, where we say we are sharing hope for eternity. Robera kuno ku TV Enganzi Hope TV. Trust me, Oberanga, you are in taking. Is that English? In taking. Oyingiza ebigwana okubanga oyingiza because chikuyingira, trust me, chikigenda ofuluma because the processor ebeera receiving. So beera ko kuno all the time tuberenga tuyiga fenna. This is me and you. We are all learning. Buli mugenya ajja wano is for you and is for me. Fenna twatufunamu. So kubeera ku me and you program kiyamba gwe. Mudobozi ya Abraham Luze. Tukyagenda maaso ne program yaffe. Nomulamu agwafe the price of becoming. Mwakatwagatako munnange she has informed us omugenyi waffe ESSY and natugamba nti we should trust that process. We should trust the process. Tukkirize nti mu lugendo lw'otambula okufuuka kyoyagala okufuuka. Trust, accept the process okubeerawo. Buli lwebeerawo oshapingibwa. No shapingibwa for something greater, better you want to become. Never choosing the easy route. Easy come, easy go. Ufuna mango, you never know the price of it. You never know the value of it. No wonder omuntu alonze sente. Tamana nawe zigenze. Nga tategesenga agenda kuzironda. Tategera nawe zimuyise mu ngalo we zigenze. No wonder omuntu addicted to betting. No wangula milioni 5 atugambye era ja ku spendinga paka wosigazawo emitwalo 5 agali mu busobozi bwo. Bosobola ku managinga. So tukkirize the hard way to happen to us. Mu hard way mukama akufuliramu w'amaanyi. Look at David. I told the example of David. Ofuko w'amaanyi mu hard way. At the end of the day, nobeera mwanguzi. Njagala Miss N, SCN otubulire. How can we become?
Yes, how can we become? One of the things you need to do intentionally, like ngosayo moyo, is to develop your willpower. Willpower is a discipline. Mbisa. And see, until you've developed it, binje bigendo kukuba.
What is the willpower?
Willpower is obusobozibo okuguma nokola choli nokukola. Oba ulira bulungi, oba towulira bulungi, oba wanyize.
I will do it.
Yes, oba wanyize, oba no mukwano gwo. That power to say no to something that is exciting is your willpower. The ability to do what needs to be done regardless of what is happening. And you don't tebatuzala nayo. Tebatuzala mbuno yo muntu amanyi nti alina ba consistent. No, you develop it. It's why we are saying develop your will power. It's a muscle that needs to grow if you need to become a better person. When motivation does not come, you feel you need a break. When things are not going on well, you have a reason not to be consistent with showing up for your business, showing up for people that you love. You're like, but I do not feel okay. Yes, you do not feel okay, but make it a point to show up even when you're not okay. That is developing your willpower to do what needs to be done. This season of recently in our talk, in our session of Rise Underline, I've been so intentional to between 18 to 45 years. Why? This is the time Bible job. After that age, abantu basobola okukera ne bagamba nti kati wummula like that. Wummula. And they're like, I've not made a plan for my retirement. This is your time to be so hungry for a better life, for a better version of you. Unfortunately, we spend this time wanting to make other people better, pointing to their mistakes instead of pointing to ourselves. Because a better self, people can just look at you and they're like, I want to be like ESSY. I want to talk like ESSY because ESSY has invested in herself to become a better communicator. So the other person will say, I also want to be a better communicator because ESSY has not sat down and become a better communicator. You're a bad communicator. Develop your willpower. There's so many times we save money, but we spend it recklessly because as in sabye mwagala nnyo. You just spend the money like that. Ne wela bida the year you spent nga woli kwelumya osula sente zo muka box. Kati omuntu azitute in just
a blink of an
eye sente nezikola chi nezigenda. Willpower ye okusobozesa okumanya nti well, this is beautiful. I used to is it ngandaba abantu bano babali mean mukulaba kwange. Remember, How do you say you don't have money? You're taking your kids out or you're doing this, but then you've told someone, Sirina Sente. But I've learned that
they don't have money for that.
For that, they planned for their money. Someone says, "Ongambielete." So I've learned to admit that the solo bank ongambielete game azima. Nga in the centers and the planning that quarterly. Kakati goes no mukologo ogungamba in a month, and you expect me to give you money,
you know.
And so someone says, I do not have money. So do not. They actually natebenyola nako. Because why would you say so? But this person has developed a discipline. And that's how people grow rich. They do not go on this money was saved for a purpose. Let it serve that purpose. That's a discipline. You've developed your willpower. It is so strong. If they're against this and this, you'll because of course you remain as a human being. Okay, you've saved money as emergencies. Yes, but there are times we spend money that is meant, that had a reason. No, because this one sounds or could be urgent, simply because you've not developed the willpower. You've not developed the muscle in their face. It's a no. It's a no. This season is for me to build, not to spend. It's for me to build, not to please everyone else. We want to please people that are not even watching, because we've not developed our willpower. We want to be excited just like anyone else is. Everyone else is excited, so I must be excited. Everyone is doing this, so I must. I want you to develop your willpower to stay in your lane and do what you're supposed to do.
What as a person, you shouldn't do, you let it
leave
go.
It out. Okay? Manyanti, this is my season to build. While other people are spending, maybe it's their season. Appreciate them. Don't be jealous. And then or bitter or nizo or kozechi because they are spending their money. They made it.
Clap for them.
There's a song that says, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Because you're aware this season of mine is for building. At this point, I'm supposed to be doing this. You do what you're supposed to do. Our client, do not sleep and then do not wake up or make waking up for tomorrow for another client. Who knows this other client is a better one? You've not opened the shop.
You'll eat your seeds when you see
you're eating your seed. A seed you're supposed to be planting. You have nothing to plant because you've not developed your willpower. You do not know what needs to be done at this particular time. There is time for harvest. Harvest. Okay, so honor this moment, this season of developing, of building. Honor it so much. Learn to say no. Train yourself to say no. Train yourself to be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. But your like, why are you slow with me? Why is this not happening? Why don't I have this? No, it's not a must that Jovet Chino Chivera Nacho in this season. No. So you need to develop your willpower to say yes to the right things.
That is. One guest told us that gold mining. Ngasima gold, nasima kumalo mwezi mulamba nga taina chafuna. Nenga bane bajane basema ne bagenda. Era mapafuna yo golunako. Yaya tuse katono nyo ku gold what? Nagama I think I'm tired.
Fascinense.
I think I'm meant to be blessed. Never. Eyaja after him yakuwa egundi biri zokka nalyo kafuna so much of God. So you've mentioned it nenkajukira tulina okukkiriza the gradual process kubanga God might be preparing you for so much to come that you don't handle one nga tona ku building. Yes. Point endala madam.
The next gundi gye tusobola okozesa is to develop the habit of being humble. There are so many times we orokuba tuchamusemu nkoye. For example nga Abraham bwe yafunako obulabo okuva ewa Pharaoh nafunako obulabo okuva Abimeleki orobazi kamukyala we.
Right, that's a story.
Man, Abraham was a man. Kati abazi ayazise mukyala we agamba sister we ng'abeerayo munaye Sarah ng'abeerayo ng'afumba ng'amuweereza wa Pharaoh ng'amuweereza wa Abimeleki ng'abeerayo ng'afumba bwe baba bamusibira bamuwa ebintu bingi. So there are times we are at that stage twafulumye tuvudde mu nsi Mukama gy'atugambye ovaamu gye tumanyi kati tugenze mu nsi endala gye tutamanyi. Naye bwe tutuuka eyo ne tandika okufuna obulabo obwo buharvest obusooka obwo ne tubeera comfortable until we learn to be proud. Tulowooza nti ebitutusiza wano bigenda tutuusa n'ewalala. That's not true about life. What did you hear? Kisobola oba nga tekigenda kutuusa walala. You need to grow a mass of patience. Lulinga tewali patient naye n'otuukawo.
Naye esi waliwo wotuganga ekintu oba tokyagala kumala akabanga kuno ne kibwatuka n'owulira nga yes, you begin feeling yourself immediately kubanga at last you have
By the way, it's okay to be proud of yourself, of the work you've done, because so it's very okay. But I want us to learn to be humble. Okumanya nti this is not the much God has promised me. Okay. There is more than this. Okay? There is more than this. This is just a glimpse. This is just a oberinga spark. Ne olumu olokuba chihitinze olumu chihitinze naye bo obadde tonayiga bwe balwana katugambe nga David owa obanno your elder brothers bonna babaganye to be king but then they call for you. So I'm even anointed. You start being proud. Tachaudi is your dad, Jesse. Tachaudi is your elder brothers. Olumu your process is cutting you short. Yeah, it's very possible. You might be born to a family that is good. Cut short. There is a story of this man, Samuel J. Akulida. Eli. Yes, J. Akulida. It is a pleasure. It's something beautiful to be born before the Lord. God born in church. It's so beautiful. PK. But they took it for granted. Yes. Batandiko songa mubi webwayo bibali bocheza mukama. Bonga basonga mu mbwecho change. Ngecho change. Nga bakola ebintu ebitasana until they lost it. Nebafa. Tebafa rakuba mbu bali tebamanyi kitufu. They knew what but they took it for granted. Nebatandiko obutafayo. That is what happens when we become proud because of buno instant gundi wetufunye. To become proud. Olumu bisobola okukatingibwa nongamba kuba mukama yeroboza. Asobola okwannoitinga someone else if you become proud. Oba osobola okukoma kwekyo natakulaga nsi ndala. Because you're comfortable. Pride makes us comfortable. It does. It makes us comfortable. Netusigala mu comfort eyo netulowooza nti buno obuntu bumala naye ng'ate tebukola ki tebumala olumu ne tubeerawo ne chance okuyiga naye tutasaayo mwoyo yes nolowooza omanyi nolowooza recipes for example in juicing nolowooza recipes wamanya mu 2023 ze zikyaliwo. So when someone comes to you they talk about how you do not care about your customers, you're like I made it. There's so many businesses simply because you think you made it. Yeah. So you think you do not need to learn how to handle customers in this era. You think gokola obulango ku radio chimala. People have gone an extra mile balanga ku TikTok.
Yeah.
You're there, you're saying TikTok has things that there is something beautiful about TikTok. Honor that. Be humble enough to learn.
There is someone I know, very rich, but there is the name he calls himself. Nga wali wulira ogamba naye sebo wacho kudala. But he says this is a code for him to stay humble. But he's up in the skies. But he calls himself a name that puts him down. Nakakana.
Kubanga oyo yayiga ekituufu nti olumu abantu babe basobola otuwanika. Ekituufu. Ate kati gwe kimulabisa ng'olaba ali waggulu nnyo kubanga ate oli waali. Naye kati ate naye waali alina baalaba abali gy'ayagala obeera.
Higher than him.
Yes. Oba there is a colleague mu G-Sync Gondi yagamba. We're asking him, how do you handle such clients? How do you handle such recipes? How do you handle in the emerging up country? What do you do? Nagamba kati ulira challenges za mwezo. Nze kati ate sibye bizibu byange. Kati gwe bizibu bya ESSY oba bizibu bya gwatandika biri. Client anyigiriza abagaininga nnyo. How do you handle? Nze kati sikyalina nnyo ba client banyigiriza mu bya sente.
I speak they listen.
My clients honor what I tell them, and they're like, is that, do you only cost that? Akakasente koka. They're ready to pay much more. But the problem is boka ati obuzibu bwabwe si sente. Bobuzibu bwabwe waliwo akolodde ng'anywedde ku juice wo. Waliwo alina bwawulidde nga kwegamba ebizibu byabwe bya bulamu.
They want quality.
Not just quality. Kuba bali mu kwekuuma nnyo. Balina bingi bya protecting. Kakati bekengera everything. Bekengera nti wayinza oba watanjagala ali wano nambako kyanteeramu omunene. So kati ekizibu ky'olina kyekyo. Kakati ono atandika akyalina obuzibu bwa client a negotiating abagaining ennyo. Gwe capacity yeera nebbanga lyomaze mu business eyinza obutakusobozesa kuhandlinga pressure eri wali. You get
olina soka nawo okubuildingibwa
otuuke wali kati ate bw'otuuka you notice nti naye waliyo ebizibu byayo nti ate waliwo abakuline waggulu. Kati olumu ekyo kiku humblinga if you're keen enough chiku humblinga nomanya I'm not yet there actually. If people can still face me and say wabewa akolola kitegeeza siri nnyo wakitalonga benandirowozeza n'otandika omanya nti I still have to learn. I still have to be keen. I still have to be careful with what I do. You see that? So be humble enough, and that's humility.
Esi tuyenda chika satu kwanga tuunzika topic eno. Yes.
I want us to practice delayed gratification.
Okay.
Okugulumizibwa okwamangu. Funye sente, let me spend it. Can neyozeke enfufu. No, delay that. Delay that. Learn to say no to things that excite you sometimes. Because this season requires a lot from you. Tusimbude. No, osobola obutasimbula. And you save that money for your business. You save that money for what matters in this season of your life.
Delayed gratification.
Delay that. Practice it. And we do not become who we want to become. Twagala tufanane nga future zaffe in the present. And that's how we eat our seeds.
Okay.
Kirungi gwe okufanana nga kyoyagala obeera okwambala nga doctor naye you want to oyagala ovuga emmotoka gy'otannatuuka capacity evuga. And so you find yourself ng'okutte capital osobola okumaintaininga emmotoka eno gy'otannaba
nga weefooteka emmotoka ndala okugikola.
Yes. Kati ebyo ebintu byonna obiyiga or practicing a delayed gratification. Know that there is a season when I'm going to be elevated. There is a season when I'm going to become what I want to become. There is a season when you okufuuka buli kimu kyenkola ki. But for this season, let me delay that for later, and let me develop my willpower. Let me do what I have to do right now. And in the later stage, I'm going to get what I'm actually looking for. Grow the patience. Be patient with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Just do what is right. Take the baby steps. Be careful who is around you. Nurture your relationships. Your customer care. Bako gwe byokola ebyama kuba toli perfect. Buli kaseera ogenda bako byokola kibyoyiga. Bikole. I'm telling you, harvest egenda kujja in its due season. It is going to come because you've chosen to do the right thing in this right moment. That is it. That's the price of becoming. Develop your willpower. Be humble enough to learn. Be humble enough to be patient with yourself. Not to please anyone, not to say, no. Be humble enough to accept where you are. But don't be comfortable.
Changunya wantu kungulumiza wendi. Nenga sira.
Bate banatuukawo.
Sira abantu natuuse.
Bote banatuukawo. Chobola, I always tell my friends, tugamanya gundi rachi alemera mbuyinza. Gundi rachi tayagala vayo mbuyinza. Ye kati obuzibu, sente alidde nyingi. Oyinza osanga yo obuzibu bwe. Si sente. Kubanga level esembayo waggulu is authority. Obuzibu bwe si sente kati gwe olwokuba obuzibu bwo sente olowooza ekimulemezaayo mu buyinza is money. But ye kubyamu akafaananyi nga si yatowa order kati. Kati ye bwe buzibu bwe. Okitegeera. So bonna wooli manya nti waliwo ali waggulu. Bano bayinza okupikaapika. Yes, bayinza okupikaapika, but look mu maaso olabe. They look at me, they think I'm kind, but I think I need to be kinder. I need to be grateful. So do not be lied to.
On my plan list, binje bichabula yeto balabanga ntuse.
So do not look at buneno gifts obuvewa Pharaoh no laws and mukama bwakuyitidde. God has called you to honor you. Katonda tatuyise kutuyisamu maaso. Kulabanga tu playing a cool, no? He has called us to dominate. He has called us to be great. Atuyise tuwa chitibwa, to stand before kings. Proverbs 22 says, I've called you. Who has seen a man that is skilled in what they do? Such a man will stand before kings, not before people of low rank.
Wow.
That is what God has called us to do. To stand before kings. Whatever you think, middle you think. No. Watutunulira bwati atuyitidde binene.
I love this.
Yes.
ESSY, kindly give us your number.
My number is noti musanvu noti tano 523839. 0705-523839. Arise on the line egwa mwezi good. I mean this week, Thursday. Egwa, but we have another session. We also have books on sale. Yes. So actually, pictures and someone can see, and then they buy. They help you align. They help you learn more about yourself, self-awareness, the questions you answer for yourself, and you release. Because when you release, you gain a lot. You give space for more. And we also have another session coming up next week, just after Rise and the Line. So when you reach out on that number, you will know everything. Details in the lesson.
Thank you so much.
Otherwise, I wish you growth.
Yes. Everybody nyumkwano for that lesson jotuwadde nkusaba nga tuwunzika learn to say no as long as olaba kigenda kuzza mabega gy'ova. Obanga olina ky'oluubirira okubeera mu bulamu ng'okitambula ebitakugasa yesaleko, say no to them as long as you have where you want to reach. Bagaiza olunaku olulungi, mbere bulungi. Miraba.